What is up, guys? I won't let you down, so do not give you up. Gotta have some faith in the sound. It's the one good thing that I got. I won't let you down, so please don't give me up. Cause I would really, really love to stick around. Oh yeah. Alright, that's enough of that. Before I get demonetized. What is up, guys? It's your boy Scott.
I'm Liz. Liz, my name's Liz, I swear.
Obviously, we have been away for like 2 weeks now, so...
I forgot the drill here.
First, as always, please let us know if you can see us, if you can hear us, if the audio is good. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I hope it was, because I just did all
they
that.
Did. They can hear us. Best intro ever. All we need is Liz in our intros.
Oh, really? Oh, you're not talking about me singing. 42 on, guys. Please hit that like button. Someone already hit the dislike button.
Hey.
I got Chris Biggs in the house, so I'm going to say this. Probably Chris Biggs hitting that dislike button. So, welcome, guys. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. We certainly did. We went to Atlantic City, had a great time. Before we get started, let me shout out to my mods, because my mods and their help is what makes our live feeds good. So here we go. And some of these people are here, some of these people are not here. I never know who's really going to show up, when and where, but I like to shout out all the mods just in case they're here. So, Fishy Biz Aquatics, thank you for being a mod. Candy Overhauls, the greatest mod in the world. One Fish, Two Fish, ROC. Elizabeth, thank you for being a mod. Brandon, Mr. B, thank you for being a mod. Aquafunk, the Angel Freak.
Angel Freight.
I haven't even started drinking yet.
Ship him out.
Great feed today, brother. Really enjoyed it. Rob93 Aquatics, good to have you in the house. And, of course, Bob Kaler Aquatics. Thank you so much. Uh-oh, there goes the arowana. We're going to be talking about big fish and cichlids. So, on cue, there goes the arowana jumping in the air. So just want to shout everybody out. You got anything to say over there yet?
Nope. You check out my shirt, Science Gal. She's in the house. Love the shirt.
I love that shirt too. Where's my shirt? I wear Science.
It won't fit you, honey.
I'm just saying. I wish I had one. Anyway, lots to do, lots to talk about. I know She's going right after us at 9, and then Jess.
Yep.
I think what is it, Jess Shrimp? I'm sorry, Jess. I don't know your whole entire title, but Jess is going in after that. Looks like we're going to have fun with thumbs down today, so that's all right.
Ooh, 3.
Yeah, what's up, Shishi Berry? Let's recognize some people in the house real quick.
So, Multi-Tank Addiction did say, did you forget about him on your little list of shouting out mods?
He keeps asking to be a mod, and Chris, you're so busy with all the other channels. I like it just the way it is right now. Maybe at some point we'll look at that, but you do a great job with all the other mods. And I know you're just kind of teasing me anyway. So shout out some of those people out there, please.
All right, so Salty Reef, Shishi, LT's Aquatic Vision, Science Gal,
Select Pet,
Sushi Berry. I'm having to scroll back up. Shelby Ray Lynn, Chris Biggs, Jess the Shrimp Granny,
LT of
44 Mad Guy.
Vision.
I said that.
Oh, did you?
Yes,
well,
I
he and I,
did.
we're going to do a shot pop just in case you probably didn't hear because you were in the other room, but.
Yep, I was too busy getting my Christmas on.
59 on, guys. Please share this out to other people so they will get into the live chats. This has been a great weekend. First thing I want to know from you guys, and Chris Biggs is in the house. If you guys don't know Chris Biggs, check out his channel. Candy, I don't know if you can put his link up. Chris Biggs, the Mad Aquarius. I was talking about him today, and he's probably one of the smartest YouTubers out there. Between him and Rachel, I could toss a coin up. I don't know who's smarter, but they're both incredible. If you want the correct fish information, visit Rachel, visit Chris Biggs. Those are my first 2 people I will always shout out as the most intelligent, most experienced, and I'm going to give you the right information. 64 on, thank you so much, guys. So before we get started, we had a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Guys, let me know what your favorite dish was this Thanksgiving dinner. I still have a little problem with my throat, as you can hear, and as you saw in my video, it cracks every now and then. I do feel 100% better. I just still have a cough, and I still have a little thing with my throat. So hopefully you'll take over from time to time. Biggs is a dumpster fire. So let me know what your favorite dish was this Thanksgiving. Liz, when we got back home, made a traditional turkey Thanksgiving dinner for us. We had a traditional Thanksgiving dinner when we were in Atlantic City, too. Oh,
yeah. And they made the most incredible sweet potato bisque. Oh my God. I was loving that.
We had a really good time. But Liz made a traditional Thanksgiving when we got back home Friday afternoon. And her potato salad.
Yes. It's delicioso.
It's delicioso. So that was my favorite dish.
So Robert O says green bean casserole.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Nocturnal Aquarius, mashed potatoes all day, every day.
Chris said wife made some awesome mashed potatoes.
Nope.
That must be the thing to do.
Well, mashed potatoes are a staple.
And you know what? That's funny. It's not a staple in my family at all.
Really?
And just like you, did you say ham was not a staple in your Thanksgiving?
No, it was the turkey instead of the ham.
Okay.
Tom says crispy Brussels sprouts. Jay's Better Room deep fried turkey. 44 Mag Guy, turkey all the way. Bob, turkey and ham. Alien World Aquatics, stuffing.
Sushi Berry says, how was the casino? The casino was...
loud, colorful, we're filled with old people.
We did okay. Now, if you guys go to casino, I mean, we're veterans. We have...
Veterans?
Yeah. Of course, I start having a coughing fit right when I go live.
Right.
If you go to a casino, you always have to have a certain amount of money that you know you're going to lose. So
yeah.
I know $200, $300, I'm setting aside because I know I'm going to lose that much money. We did not lose that much money on this particular occasion. No. I mean... we were hitting a lot of slots. Thank you
Thank you, Bob. $10 wine fund. And while we're talking about wine, store your children, get them in the overhead positions. This is a PG-17. I know you've been out of sorts. Can't remember everything. I got you.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
$2 multi-tank addiction. Love you. By the way, I am a mod already.
Oh, are you?
He's been a mod for like 2 years.
He has not. But anyway, I forgot what I was solely talking about.
Gambling
the casino.
and the casino.
We did like slot machines and then we did some poker machines. And I was able to use like $20 and got that up to like 40 something before I lost it all. And that lasted 4 hours easy.
I did what, $30, and I played for we played for 2 hours, we came back and we played for another 2 hours.
Yeah, and you got up to 40. You got more than
I
did.
I got to 50 too. Yeah. That was my highest.
The problem is
we keep going.
You keep going when you should be cashing out. We would always be looking at each other. Should we cash out? Should we cash out?
Well, and we did cash out. We held the ticket and we're like, let's play some more.
We cashed out finally at $16 after we had it up to to like 40.
$16 and a quarter.
And your quarter, yes. Anyway.
So we got a lot of green bean casseroles out there. We got a lot of deep fried turkeys, sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes. Mashed potatoes are a staple, not a staple. Select Pet.
80 people online and 45 likes. Someone hit that like button for me. As you guys know, and as Aquafunk has taught us, once you hit 50 likes, you will get shared out. So that's why we like to see that big 50 number by the thumbs up.
Well, so if the 4 thumbs down would slide over for a minute.
Well, I saw like 6 thumbs down on Susie and 6 on Aqua, so I'm sure I'm going to get at least 12.
But now, do they count with the 50 and sharing?
It's all the same as far as the algorithm.
Basically, we need one more thumb, up or down, take your pick.
So anyway, Chris is a new guest in the house, so thank you, Chris, for being here again. If you have never gone to Chris's channel, check him out. Chris, I don't know if this is your first live feed.
No, he's been here before.
Just know that for the first 20 minutes, we do a lot of talking, not about fish.
We're at 52
we get to see how everyone's doing. We get to, get familiar with everyone. And then eventually we'll dive into the fish. But this is our opportunity to have a more one-on-one conversation with you guys. And we missed you. Did you guys miss us? Because we missed you. It was strange not live feeding on Sunday, but
we thought about it.
It was greatly needed, trust me. It is getting to the point where... and we'll talk about it, but there's some YouTube stuff that I'm probably going to lessen my load moving forward, and we'll talk about that. I kind of clued Jess in on that a little earlier in Funk Stream.
So Bob and Candy have posted the GoFundMe's for Candy and Pam. They are still running.
Oh, and
so check those out.
And while you're talking about that, Here is Chris Multi-Tank Addictions calendar. I got it. You had to go to the post office and get it. Chris, I'm going to pick on you on the down low. I'm not going to embarrass you here and tell you why we had to go to the post office and pick this up. But this is fantastic. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe half the funds go to Pam of 54 Punchy. Mm-hmm. But this is just a great calendar with Chris's original artwork. I'm going to use it in my office. And I highly suggest you guys get one of these calendars.
Because you're supporting two great things. You're supporting Pam and you're supporting Chris.
Yeah, and he's got some great artwork in here. So if you're into fish and you like fish and you can't have a tank at home, you can't have a tank at your office, take one of these calendars and you'll feel like you're in your fish room.
A Gooman just walked in the room.
A Don or a Dan Gooman? Don Gooman, how are you, sir? So sorry we missed you at the OCA. I
was so sorry. Zenon was there. Biggs was there. Gooman was
Mo
there.
Devlin was there.
Everybody was there, and we just
Peter George was there.
We
Mike
could
Lou.
not swing it. But we'll see those guys at NECA.
We could have swung it, but it would have tapped into some of our Atlantic City funding, and I had to get away. You guys, if you saw my latest video, you kind of see I'm going through some things at work and home. And I just need to get away with this beautiful lady and spend some time and relight that candle or Kindle. What is it called?
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to hurry up. It is what, 8:12?
Yeah, let's get to the next screen.
It's 8:12. I want to talk about some unfished stuff real quick before we get into the fish stuff. What is Chris saying? I didn't have a choice.
No, because he was speaking.
All right. So, number one. This has been a great weekend for me and I'm going to show you every reason why it's been a great weekend for me. Watchmen comes on tonight, Sunday at 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. If you are you've never watched Watchmen, and if you're a comic book sci-fi guy, definitely check it out. HBO, 9 o'clock. You can go back and get the episodes. It's a great show about superheroes and personal problems. It's just a really different way of looking at some superheroes. So DC, shout out. Alan Moore was the guy that created it. Great show. John for KG Tropicals and I talk every day. The next day, every day at shows, we talk about the show, what we liked, what we didn't like. Okay. Next thing, Mandalorian.
Are we getting to the wine of the day anytime soon?
We're getting there.
Okay, because I'm sitting there thirsty.
All right. Go. Give me 2 more minutes.
All right.
Mandalorian. Disney Plus has Mandalorian out. If you are a Jedi Knight, Chris Biggs, I know you're a Jedi Knight. You definitely want to get Disney Plus. It is a fantastic show. And they spent money to make sure that the sci-fi effects look great. What you laughing about?
Thank you, Diva. $4.99 for the wine fund.
Everybody wants to get to the wine fund. All right.
We're 14 minutes in.
Next thing is DC Universe has a live stream as well, and they have the Titans. Mm-hmm. And that is a really great show, too. If you guys remember George Perez's Teen Titans, this is a takeoff of that. It is really, really good. The season finale just finished with Robin becoming Nightwing. If you guys know anything about comic books, it's an epic change from Robin to Nightwing. It's a great show, so definitely check that out.
Nocturnal Aquarius, you're asking, is it worth it? I'm assuming you're talking about the Watchmen. It is absolutely worth it.
It's worth it, and if you're talking about any of these other streams, it's worth it. It's worth it. DC, the stream is worth it because every book that they publish, you can actually see it online. It has the pages uploaded, you can read it. Everything DC related, even back to the 1952 Superman series, is on this stream. You can get any of that. Wonder Woman from the 70s. It's great stuff.
Hey, Thirsty Rabbit, you're getting Disney Plus? Absolutely worth it.
Last thing, my boy Prince. I've been waiting for this album. They re-released 1999. I know you guys can't see my head. You probably appreciate that. 1999 has been re-released with 52 supposedly unreleased songs. Now, unfortunately, out of those 52 unreleased songs, I probably already had heard 41 of them because I'm a big Prince fan and I got a bunch of bootleg copies of stuff. But still, a phenomenal record. And it's just been the best week. It just has, between you and I going to Atlantic City, all the streaming stuff, I've been geeking out, and then to add to it, Prince's new album with 52 unreleased songs, and I finally get the songs in a great version. All right, enough said.
All right, LT Aquavision, the Titans, that is on the DC streaming network.
Who said that? LT?
LT was asking where to find the Titans.
LT, you like Prince too? Oh my God, dude, we're going to be such good friends. I can't wait.
Hey, Cassie's Critters.
It
will be available at the Walmart and the discount bin.
Chris, you're such a troll. All right, so we're going to start talking about fishy stuff in just a second. Well, last thing I want to do, well, let's get to your wine of the day. Lord knows you want your wine of the day.
Thank you,
so
Jesus.
Please tell us about the wine of the day.
So I'm finally able to drink. Allegro's Tango is today's wine of choice. Thank you so much for allowing me.
Could you pour me a glass, please? As you guys know, you guys generously. Thank you. And I haven't even drank yet. 89 on. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see if we can hit 100 tonight. You guys give us super chats all the time. We greatly appreciate it. Many of those super chats I give back into other channels that I have belief in, that I think need the support, etc., etc. But if you specifically want some of that funding to go to Liz so she can go to these wineries and pick out new wines, definitely make sure you highlight that as Bob did and as Diva did.
And I really think we need to move today's wine to one of the first things we do.
Select Pat. Prince and bootleg. Just two, sounds like two words I would never put together. Now that's funny. Scott, no bootleg, of course, not never. Oh, that's right. I've never got a bootleg in my life. I would never get a bootleg.
This man has two bootlegs right now.
It was a second generation tape that was on the curb somewhere, just for legal stances. But all right, last thing. Let me go back here. You got your wine. Are you happy?
I'm happy, thank you.
The other thing I did for this young lady, I let her smoke the entire.
You gotta tell people.
Yeah,
that?
I'm gonna tell them because I want them to know I'm a good husband.
Oh
I let you smoke the
now,
entire.
You know we're gonna get a whole bunch of thumbs down now.
I don't care. The entire weekend, Liz likes to smoke. It's a stress reliever for you, right?
It's
nothing to be embarrassed
about.
A
hobby.
It's a hobby.
I enjoy a cigarette now and again, yes.
And when we get away, I try to make sure she has everything that she could ever desire. And I said, hey, guess what? This weekend,
for the first time in 5 years,
you can smoke. Now, we'll see if this becomes a problem and it triggers her wanting to smoke all over again.
No, I'm pretty good at picking it up and putting it down. I pick things up and put them down. Sushi.
Now, as I expected, especially right after OCA and then with the holidays, I've seen a lot of stuff from the Ohio Fish Rescue place.
My gosh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of videos, and that's fine. I mean, it gets a lot of views, and obviously these guys are doing a tremendous job. And then I saw a lot of stuff with people doing product reviews because, holidays are coming up and people want
what to buy for that fish lover in your life.
Fishy Biz, and I don't think he's in the house.
Yeah, he is.
Fishy Biz did a really great video with him going to PetSmart and Petco for the Black Friday. I forgot what he called it. He called it the BFF. I don't know what it was. Black Friday fish sales or something like that. But it was cool to see him go into the different shops, and he told us exactly what was on sale, what was half price. And I think PetSmart won the battle, but Fishy Biz, you'll have to tell us more about that. We'll definitely go check out his channel. Give that video some love. Sorry, guys.
So, Zenon, I did see the pictures that you took. They were absolutely gorgeous of all the fish in the competition. And I know a lot of you guys who were at the show are here. Obviously, Gooman took home a ton of awards.
So, what you need to do is, when you answer, can you, say what he said so we know what you're saying?
Lots of competition at OCA Extravaganza for large cichlids. Did you see my photos?
Okay, cool. Now, I just want
Blackfish fish deals was
OCA is a big deal. The Ohio Fish Rescue is a big deal. We had the pleasure of going there 2 or 3 years ago, and we took footage. I have 20-25 minutes of footage. But once I saw everyone putting it out over the years, I decided I'm not going to do it. Go ahead.
So, hey, Mike, the Fish Tank Barn is here. $4.99. Happy Thanksgiving. Working on adding new tanks to the barn. That's awesome.
Yeah. But back to my story. I have 25 minutes of raw footage that I took when you and I went to the OCA. Thanks to Jonathan Strasanksi, who took us introduce us to Big Rich and the whole crew. I'm going to show you a very short version of that. It's like 22 seconds.
Yeah, he's awesome. Holy crap.
Honestly, guys, this was before this place has changed a lot in the last 2 years.
Hey, buddy.
But
Hey, buddy.
even this was
Yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, it was huge.
Hey,
These
buddy.
things are huge.
Hey. High school is old. Hey.
Big says you were only there for half an hour.
He's lying. That's not true.
This thing is massive.
I was there for like an hour.
I have no clue.
Remember? Yeah.
This big unveiling.
All right, so we're gonna shut that off. So again, because I kind of got it, I had that footage for so long, and so many
Right.
people were putting it out. I didn't want to seem like a copycat and put my video stuff out, but we have been to the Ohio Fish Rescue. We've met Big Rich, his wife, the whole crew. What a great family they are, and just look forward to going out there another time, hopefully really soon. But again, even if we go, I probably won't put any footage out because so many other channels are already doing it as it is.
Especially that time of year at the OCA.
What's up,
because they
Joseph?
do a
How are
trip.
you doing? Don Michaels or Michelle? I am sorry. Let's
So,
see.
Zenon says the Ohio Fish Rescue has converted the indoor swimming pool to a predator pond. Looks great.
Yeah, I saw that.
There
See,
was a
that's
pool when we were there.
it was a pool
Yeah.
when we were there, and there's a whirlpool there too, and a sauna and all sorts of stuff. I know all of that has changed. So, Recon's Fish and Tanks, what is up? Good to see everybody in the house. 93 on. We just need 7 people to hit 100. So if you can, get 7 more people in the house. So
Call some friends.
823. All right. I'm going to go ahead and start getting into some fishy stuff. We did not stream last week,
Nope.
and as you know, I always do. I talk about the video that I did previously. So last week we did monster fish tanks. My views on it, I think people are just putting monster and massive and etc. on their thumbnails and trying to make people, it's like clickbait, trying to get
Right.
people to watch their videos by throwing the words monster, massive, epic, etc. when they really don't know, when they really don't have monster fish or monster tanks, and or they don't know how to actually take care of them. So
Right.
if you haven't seen, go ahead.
So I keep fish too. Scott wears the t-shirts. So we do have the shirts in now. We just have not made it to the post office.
No, mine
You
was
said you would
Peter's.
take me to the post office to get
Well,
them all
okay,
shipped out.
that's fine. But you work next to the post
I
office.
do.
So,
I just
okay.
need the credit card, baby.
Oh my god! Speaking of credit card, now we're gonna stay fishy. Never mind. So anyway, I put this video up. As you know, Aquafunk, we have our own little private page and we talk all the time. I was like, watch this, guys. I'm gonna put up something about monster fish. He'll blow up. And sure enough, it's over 2,000 views in like 8 days.
Right.
Now, yesterday I did something very artsy-fartsy as far as a video, and I told them, again, it's like this is not going to play well. It's actually got over 800 views
I loved it.
in 24 hours. We'll talk about it more, but I'm going to show you the stats. If you look at the stats of this Monster Fish Tanks, everything's up. Average view duration's up, watch time's up, views are up. So that's the kind of stuff that happens if you title your videos the correct way. Now, I can title them that way because I do, to some degree, have some large fish. But there's others out there that are taking advantage of that. With that said, I'm going to take some questions from this video. I've already uploaded some of them. If you have questions about big fish, monster fish, Chris Biggs, I know you're getting ready to get me. So let's get ready. If you have questions, go ahead, feel free to ask me. But I do want to take, I have like 14 of them.
Okay.
First one is that one guy 12986. I honestly hate the monster fish trend going on. Too many inexperienced fish keepers going out and buying gars, red-tailed cats, pacus, iridescent sharks, Goliath tigerfish, etc., and have no idea what they're getting into. A lot of them, in my opinion, shouldn't even be available in the hobby as they are not suitable for home aquaria. I agree with you so
I
much,
do
brother.
too.
I don't know what more to say to your comment other than thank you for watching the video. That's exactly the point I was trying to make, and I wanted to read your comment out. I really do appreciate it. Those of you who watch my videos, I care about views, but I care more about comments. I love when people interact with me after watching a video. So,
all right. So, thank you,
Aquafunk.
Aquafunk, for the $5.
Oh my
But we've got a
gosh.
question from Jacob Glavin. What's the smallest tank size you'd get for a Dovai?
The smallest tank size I would get for a Dovai is 180 to 220. KG Tropicals just put out a video today about Oscars and the importance of trying to get the largest tank first as opposed to staging it where you get, as a fish get bigger, you get bigger tanks.
Right.
That always doesn't happen. That's
No,
a great point
it
from
normally
John.
doesn't happen.
So get a tank the size it needs to be when they get adult size. Go ahead and be prepared for that.
All right,
what is
Rack.
up, Rack?
Best cichlid for a 75-gallon.
One. What are you looking for? One, a pair, a colony?
I think it would be very pretty with a couple of Severums.
Severums are great. You know, you said cichlids, so some African cichlids would look great with some nice rock work. You can always overpopulate African cichlids. In
Right.
fact, that's the way most people do it. If you're talking more mine line stuff, a green terror would be nice in there. Jack Dempsey's, anything in the Equidians category would be nice in there. All right, so I'm going to read this next question. Again, I'm taking questions and comments from my last video last week, Monster Fish Tank. This is from Aqua Rob. Aqua Rob, if you're in the house, what's up? Keep up the great work, Scott. You're absolutely right about some of the misinformation out there with a lot of YouTube channels. Thank you very much, Aqua Rob. Again, if you haven't seen the video, I talk about... What's up, Don Michelle? Or did I already say that? I'm sorry.
Just answer your questions.
Yes, ma'am. See, you threw me off now. There's some younger dudes out there that have a lot of subscribers, and somebody was trying to say I was hating on them because they got subscribers. I'm not hating on them because they have more subscribers than me. I could care less. What I'm hating on is that the way they're taking care of the fish or not taking care of the fish is incorrect, and someone's going to watch those videos and not do fish correctly, lose fish, and then totally get out of the hobby. So
Yeah. Greg Bean, $4.99. I'm such a monster fish keeper. I have my guppies in a 125. Some big butted guppies.
Big butted
we
guppies.
love big butts around here.
If you got big butt, I sure do. Big butted guppies, you must have got them from Michael's Fish Room. Now, speaking of Michael's Fish Room, I was supposed to do this. I meant to do this in our non-fish related part. Michael from Michael's Fish Room has a new channel called Michael Eats. Actually, I told him it should be Michael Cook, Scott Eats. But he's doing a cook channel now where he prepares food, cooks it, and shows you how to make food. He just did his first one on chicken parmesan. It looked great. So if you're a fan of Michael's Fish Room, definitely check out Michael Eats, because it's a great channel.
All right, so Caleb Aquatic asks, how do you breed black convicts? Put them in water?
Hey, Caleb. Buddy, put a pair in water with just a little bit of decorations, and in a week you'll have fried. Trust me, buddy. Convicts are one of the easiest cichlids to breed. Caleb, if you don't mind, I want to say this to you because I don't know if you saw it. I know you did a live feed with Joseph. You were talking about, trying to do a video every day or trying to do a video one day and film the other day. This is just my personal advice to you. You don't have to take it. I'm trying to get 5,000 subscribers. Take your time, do quality work, and everybody that you want will come.
Okay.
Generating a lot of videos is not always the best way to do things. You can absolutely do it the way you want to, but I care about you. I like you. I like your material, and I think if you just take your time, put out good content, you're going to see more and more subscribers come your way.
All right, Geofish Dude says, with the lifespan of a monster fish being so long, do you ever worry about the corners of your glass tanks falling before the fish pass on?
Wow. I have never in my life thought about that. So no, I haven't. I mean, is that something that that has happened before.
I'm sure it happens to people.
I mean, we get most of our tanks are used tanks, so yes, I do kind of watch the seams. You know, you look for a darker green look on your seams to make sure those are newer ones. But you know, with most monster fish like these arowanas, we've already talking about getting a 400-gallon tank, 8-foot long tank for them in the next 6 to 9 months because we know we got to upgrade. So hopefully, when we upgrade to a newer tank, we're not going to have to worry about the seams and the glass breaking out.
All right. So Aqua Rob says, why is there so much confusion with the Midas Red Devil?
The Midas and the Red Devil. Well, the Midas is called the Amphilophus citronellus. The Red Devil is called the
Labiatus.
Amphilophus labiatus. So there you have the citronellus and the labiatus. They do come from the same lakes. I'm hearing through some of my friends in ACA that they think the citronellus is a type of hybrid and that the... Oh my God, you made me forget it. What's the Red Devil one?
The Labiatus.
Is the true species. It's very hard to tell the difference between the two, but the Red Devils do have bigger lips, especially the wild-caught ones, but they're very, very similar. In fact, I know people that are doing DNA or research on them, and Chris probably knows more about it than I do, where they're very, very similar.
All right, so we've got like 20 more questions here that have been typed in up. So Select Pet wants to know ideas for 56 column, 30 by 18 by 24.
Ideas for a 56 column, 30 by 18. As far as cichlids, what, you know, again, if it's Central and South American cichlids you're interested in, that's not the biggest tank, so I would keep you in the Angels. I would keep you again in the Severums and maybe the Green Terrors region. 44 mag. What is the biggest obstacle with keeping three arowana?
Well, we only have 2.
We have only had 2, so I don't know about keeping 3. I definitely wouldn't do it. We have 2 large arowanas, a pike cichlid, and our sturgeon in there. They're all doing great. Arowanas float and swim on top. Sturgeon stays on the bottom, and the pike is kind of a mid-swimmer. The only obstacles I have is that these guys, when it comes time to feed them, are just crazy. They try to jump out of the tank. They bang the glass. That's why back here you'll see that I have some of the water lowered, so when they jump, they don't bang the tanks and hurt themselves too much. These, in my opinion, now that I've kept them for over a year, are fish that I would suggest shouldn't be sold in stores. I love them. They're beautiful, but they're a handful, and I wouldn't want someone inexperienced to try to keep them.
So Sparrow the Bearded Dragon, what are the 2 cichlids that hybridize into a blood parrot? Also, do you have any experience or tips on them? I'm interested in getting them.
Sparrow, blood parrots. I've been told they're a mix between a Severum and a Midas. I've also heard between a convict and a Midas or a Red Devil. They're somewhere in that family.
Biggs would probably know.
I'm sure Biggs would know. Listen, I have to say this to you. I'm not a huge fan of the blood parrots or the hybridization of them. Because of the way their mouth is deformed, it's hard for them to eat. They get picked on if you put them with other cichlids. They can't really defend themselves very well. If there's a fish that I would recommend to you that's a parrot, it's the actual true parrot. I have a video out there about the true parrot. I hope you will go check it out. It's in my video library. But blood parrots just aren't my thing, and it's difficult for them to live a long, happy life just because of all the deformities.
So Biggs wants to know, when are you doing the build of the actual big tank?
Well, Biggs, just so you guys know, Big has offered to come over and do a 10-foot long plywood tank in my garage. I want to do that so bad.
I would say, though, not until we move into our house. Because we don't own this. I would hate to build that here and then move in a year or 2.
Yeah.
You know what
we
I'm
wouldn't
saying?
build it here unless we actually
Buying
moved in
it.
here. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. So forget
who
what
knows?
Liz just said. I mean, but of course I've thought about that. I'm not. So to answer your question, Biggs, if we decide to buy this house, that's when we're going to do it. We definitely have to do some insulation in the garage as well. to keep up with the heat and the cold and all that stuff. But we would love, you could come anytime you want, spend the week. We could build anything, but I'm really interested in plywood tanks. You did a video on the plywood tanks, and one of the guys that taught you how to do it, Chris Biggs. I love that video. I've watched that video 3 or 4 times. Definitely want to get a plywood tank. They are so cool.
So, Michael Aquarium, how do you think the Jewel Primo 70 LED tank is any good?
What? Are you just picking random questions that you know?
I'm reading every question in order.
I mean, I have picked some that I will have some experience with.
Ay.
Go back up. What was the question?
There's a million questions waiting.
Go back to the one you just asked me.
Yeah, I can't find that. There it is. How do you think the Jewel Primo 70 LED tank is any good?
I am not familiar with that, Michael Aquarium. I apologize. If anyone out there knows about that tank, let me know. I am an old school hobbyist. Like, most of my tanks I get through club auctions or, buy from other hobbyists. So I don't have a lot of new stuff other than the stuff I'm upgrading to for the larger fish back there.
All right, so Chant Main says how to get flower horns to breed.
I don't keep flower horns, so I can't answer that. Read what Chris says right there.
The confusion on red devils is all due to the introduction of the use of molecular gene
coding. Several new species.
Labiatum citronellus come from different regions, so still both true species, just from different regions.
Thank you very much for that, Chris. The flower horn question, buddy, I don't keep flower horns. Again, you're talking about hybrids. You always have to, when you're dealing with hybrids, understand that males can be sterile. So you got to get a male that can produce sperm and fertilize the eggs, obviously. So I'm not the best person to ask that question. I apologize for that. I can send you to some people who keep flower horns. In fact, I have someone in my neighborhood who actually breeds them, or in my backyard, named Chris Oz, who breeds them religiously, but I can't give you any information on how to breed your flower horns. I apologize. The best I can tell you to do is keep your water parameters up and play some Barry White music and keep your fingers crossed.
So Select Pat says, did you hear they're making a blowfish Jack Dempsey?
No, but that's just ridiculous if they are. Can you go ahead with one more?
Aqua Rob, are there tank mates I could keep with my 6 to 7 inch Pellini cichlid? He's aggressive.
I have silver dollars with mine. Australian rainbow fish, I don't think would be any problem. As long as they're fast movers and not mouth size, I think they'll be all right. What do you think? You'd keep...
Yeah, anything that can move fast or any dither fish. I wouldn't really keep a whole lot of other cichlids with him if he's that aggressive. Just, some silver dollars.
Right, that's why I'm saying silver dollars, rainbow fish, tinfoil bars maybe, stuff like that. I have some questions, too, that I need to go through. I know Liz is trying to jump on all this stuff.
I mean, you ask for questions, they will provide.
All right, so let's see where we're at here. What's the next question you have?
All right. If you were gifted an Asian arowana, would you keep it knowing you wouldn't be able to film it?
Woo! That's a great question.
Jay's bedroom.
Jay's bedroom. If I was gifted an Asian arowana, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I would keep it because I'm concerned that if I don't keep it, who else is going to get it?
Take care of it properly.
Exactly. So, yes, I would keep it. And I would probably do the right thing. I don't know if you saw my video 2 years ago where I got a largemouth bass from a store, Lucky's, brought it home, and once I crossed the Maryland line, it was illegal to have the fish, which I didn't know about. So I had to call the authorities, found out I couldn't keep it, and so I no longer have a largemouth bass. So I would probably keep it. I would enjoy it for a few months at least, and then I'd be like, oh, I got this fish. I didn't know. I thought it was a Giardini. It's actually an Asian arowana. What should I do? And see what happens and hope that they're going to be like, you know what? Looking at your fish room and all your facilities, I think you should go ahead and keep it. All right? So here's a question or comment from Shelby Ray Lane. Seems to be a trend calling any 50-gallon and up monster tanks and anything and everything monster fish. But monster, huge, enormous, all hashtags that grab attention. So I don't see the mislabeling. Ending anytime soon.
Oh no, not at all.
That's absolutely right. As long as it's going to get views,
Yep.
it's going to keep happening. All right, what's your next question?
All right, mandatory monsters. My 350-gallon is plywood, and I'm building a 1,000-gallon plywood right now. What size is your dream tank?
Exactly what you just said,
1,000
Mandatory.
gallon.
Exactly what you just said. And I want to thank you, Mandatory Monsters. I have one of your comments in my thing here. So thank you so much for leaving comments for my video on monster fish. I thought I saw Cichlids saying something about his blood parrot.
Oh, he just said that he has it in with his frontosa.
I want you to go back to it because he's talking about the aggression level. Right there, I have a huge blood parrot that is mean as hell. He wants to fight with a giant male frontosis all the time, but he can't open his mouth very much. The frontosis puts his whole face in his mouth. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The blood parrots, they're cool. I mean, I guess some people enjoy them, but they have some
Malformalities?
formality, yeah, that cause them where they can't coexist with other cichlids without getting beat up, and they have a hard time eating because of their mouths. All right, what else you got?
All right, so Chantal Sear, looking to stick a single fish, maybe a pair, into a 70-gallon. Something parachromis looking ideally. What would you suggest? Don't die.
Take that. Can you take that?
Oh, and it's parachromis. I love the Loiselli. I think they would be beautiful in a 70-gallon. Just a pair of them would be great. I would not go with the Dovite because that tank is too small.
Yeah.
But you could even do a jag pair.
Is a 70-gallon at least 4 foot long? I would need to know that. I couldn't put you like a car salesman. Couldn't put you in the Dovite. Couldn't put you in the Manawins. The Mudawins, it's too big as well. The Loiselli is a good choice, I think. And that's probably it in the Parachromis family. I mean, you hit it on the head. The Loiselli, Frederick Stallii are the same fish now. They put those two together.
They don't get too big,
They get roughly 12 inches, 12, 14 inches. So I think they'd be fine as long as that tank's a 4-foot tank. If it's 70 gallons, I'm assuming so. So here's another comment from this guy, a troll. I am Donald Duck. Every now and then he'll come and see my videos and leave a little asinine comment. He says, your ceiling needs paint almost as much as mine does, LOL. He's right. We do have some spots in our fish room where we had some leakage problems. The leak's fixed, but I need to go back and I need to fix, Actually, I'm not going to fix it because we'll get the person that's rented to us to fix it. But
absolutely.
yeah, I will fix that at some point, but there is a lot of humidity and stuff going on in here, so it's not like top on my list. Yeah. So what else you got?
So reticulated Ralphie. In my Midas tank, I haven't had any luck with breeding after 6 months together. How long would you wait before you give up on breeding them and just move her into a tank of her own?
Well, what size is a tank? How big are they? And one of my tricks, and I don't know if Chris is still on or not, is to do a semi-cold water change because that simulates the changing of the months, and sometimes that triggers breeding behaviors. So I would try that. 6 months, I would probably give up after some point. But 103 on. Thank you so much, guys. 77 likes, 7 thumbs down. Sorry for those who didn't like what I had to say. Hey, I have a question. I have 2 blood parrots, and I love them, but they don't get along. I'm not sure if they are breeding or fighting. Please help me find out their gender.
Well, the only way I know how to properly genderize them is to flip them over and sex them.
Biggs is still here. Yeah. As she said, go ahead. I mean, tell them, when you flip them over, what are you looking for?
So for a female, you're looking for the large O, the little o. For the male, you're looking for the O and the V. I mean, it's really easy. Net them, kind of flip them over, vent them.
And listen, you can always put a divider in your tank if they're being too aggressive with one another. This tank has a divider in it behind us, keeping my Cuban, my beautiful Cuban, from my beautiful Amphilophus trimactylactus. Catalactus. 100 on 81 likes. Thank you.
So I did skip past a ton of questions, guys, just to kind of catch up with where we were.
All right, well, go ahead and answer them.
All right.
I'm going to talk about this comment from Death13. Again, this is coming from my monster fish thing. Finally, someone understands and broke down what a real fish monster keeping is. Great video. Keep them coming, brother. Thank you very much, Death13.
All right, so Chantel said it was a 4'70" gallon.
Okay, so again, the Lazellii or the Frederick Stallii would be perfect for you. I couldn't put you in a Monogwens, Monogwens, or Dovi. They just get too big. They're going to get over 20 inches or more, so I just can't give you that. Shahai Rain. I consider fish that grow 2 feet plus in size are monsters. I agree with that. I believe fish below 5 feet should be kept in the hobby. I don't really agree with that. If a fish gets to 5 feet long, I just don't think they're made to be in a home aquarium.
No.
That's just my opinion, and you're welcome to your opinion as well. Fish above that should be left for the wild or should be kept by people like the Ohio Fishery Rescue.
Yeah. I mean, in all actuality, if we didn't have the arowanas, we probably would never even consider building a 1,000-gallon aquarium.
Yeah.
But because we do have them, we love them, we care for them, they're gonna need bigger space.
Ray Storick, hit the nail with what you said. These kids switching up fish for views. That's right. I'm guilty, but I get what you're saying. Thank you, Ray Storick, for that comment. Yes, some of these people I see going to fish stores. Like every video they're going to a fish store, and I'm like, I've had some of these fish in here for 10, 12 years. How are they getting these new fish? How are they turning over these new fish? These fish, especially the Parachromis amphalophus that I keep and I love, should live for 20 to 30 years. So when I see these people going to fish store every week and then going to the owner and saying, can I keep this with this?
Yeah.
I get very concerned that the wrong information is getting put out there. I got to say something real quick because we're at 8:48. And I haven't talked to Q and Aquafunk, and I apologize, you guys, for not talking to you more about this. I kind of gave you some clues, but Liz and I are thinking about not doing Sunday streams anymore. One of the reasons why I got into streaming was, Michael from Michael's Fish Room gave me some great advice and said, hey, you need to put out 2 videos a week, and I think that'll help your subscriber base. Well, he was right. A year later, I went from 1,000 subscribers to we're like 300 away from 5,000 subscribers. The way I make videos, I'm very anal, and it takes me it's a very creative process for me to make videos. So I decided to make one video and to do a live stream. And my live stream started really doing well, and I have a huge respect, and I enjoy Q Aquatics and I enjoy Aquafunk, and I asked them if they would team up with me on Sundays and do a live stream. And I've seen both of their channels grow. I'm not saying I'm the reason why their channels have grown, but I've certainly seen more people get into their live streams and my live streams. It's been a joint venture for all of us. But you and I have kind of talked, and you guys saw my video if you haven't checked it out. But Liz and I are trying to really get our priorities right. And Sunday nights for us is not the greatest.
No.
And because of that, I might try to find another day to stream. I'm going to talk to Candy a little bit because she knows when everyone's streaming. I couldn't see myself doing a stream without Candy and some of the other mods.
Well, somebody even said Oddball Aquatics was live streaming while we're live streaming.
Really?
Too. Yeah, so I mean...
So I'm going to talk to, obviously, out of respect and love for Aquafunk and Q Aquatics, I'm going to talk to them first and figure out what we're going to do, because I don't want to leave them hanging or anything like that. Right. I think Jess and Shishi have come in and are doing a great job. Joseph, JH Aquatics, they're doing a great job. There's so many live feeds happening on Sunday that I just, What's fuck? You see something?
Oh, I see tons of things, but I was just going to ask, what you guys think if we were to live stream on a Saturday night versus a Sunday.
See, what happens is I'm really crazy. We'll live stream. You'll go to bed. You work 3 days out of the week, so Mondays normally is your
Monday's
day.
normally my day.
I got to get up early in the morning, but I will force myself to watch the entire stream over again because that's just how crazy I am.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see how we did, what we did wrong, the things to improve on. But I would like to not live feed on Sunday so I can enjoy the evening with you.
Right.
And then we can go to bed at a decent time and go to work.
Yeah, and Tom, it's not that it's not fun. We love doing the live streams. It's just a fact of the time that we're on and it being on a Sunday.
Yeah. So
that's all.
I see some of the comments. Do what you got to do, Funk. I appreciate that. Do what's right for both of you, Candy. I appreciate that. If Saturday works, I hope you guys will come. I mean, I got over 100 and some people on, which is, for a channel like mine that's got 4,000 subscribers, to get 100 people on chat is really doing something great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, guys. So I will get you a clearer picture
when we know what's going on.
After I talk to Funk and Q, and of course we got
And of course, Candy says message me. Yeah.
I definitely will, and I want to make sure that everyone's lined up. Everyone respectfully should get their right time slot, if that makes any sense. Like, for me, because it's Q, Funk, and I that set this whole thing up, Q and Funk should decide who's doing what time. And then anyone else that wants to get in can get in. But we did kind of create that corner where we're like, hey, it's Funk, it's Q, it's me. And if I'm coming out, then you guys kind of need to set up how you want to run that.
So we are getting a few of Saturdays are ideal.
Okay.
Thursday, our Saturday is his Sunday, so that works great for him.
Oh, man, if we could go right before Thirsty and Aquamate and Dr. Blackie, that would be great.
Right.
Because they have a fantastic live stream. I actually stayed up and watched quite a bit of it last night. Thirsty Rabbit, I guess you were at work, so I missed you. But we'll figure it out. I know Shishi's coming on in 7 minutes. Guys, I had so much more to do.
But as always, yeah.
But I agreed that, I agreed that we would do things different. Chris is sending me a message thanking me for all the support. Chris, you don't have to thank me for anything. I do want to do the thumbnail real quick because I want to make this point. This is the video I just released yesterday at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. It's over 800 views now. But if you look at this stat, you will see all the down arrows. And that's because I didn't put Monster in, I didn't put Epic in, I didn't put Massive. I didn't talk about my large fish. I just tried to do something totally different that was me, that was artistic, and that shows some true life things going on. But most importantly, I thought it demonstrated what the fish room and what fish mean to me. And I wanted to say that. I get tired of doing the same stuff over and over again, which is probably why I don't have 10 to 20,000 subscribers. But I wanted to do something different, and I got a bunch of super chats when this premiered, so thank you so much for that.
And thank you, KC Stunna B2, for the $2. Take care of yourself first. We will follow.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. But I got a bunch of super chats during the premiere, which never happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we got close to $100, so thank you so much. Bob Kaler was a big part of that, so thank you so much for that.
And the thing is Scott never shows me his videos before he airs them. So to me, watching it, it was like, this is like a PSA for fish keeping and why we keep fish. I was like, this is so good. And there goes Bob again,
Bob,
here to stay.
Thank you, guys. So I do want to do I got 5 minutes left. Shishi, hang on, honey. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. I don't want to disrespect you by live feeding while you're talking. So this one in particular I wanted to bring up. Lonnie Holloway. My fish room is a place that I can get away and relax. Even during the water changes and maintenance of my aquariums, it's time to think and get myself back on track. I have PTSD from the military, and this is how I cope with things as well. This is exactly my point. This is exactly the person I'm talking about. First of all, Lonnie, thank you so much for your service. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've never been in the service, but I do understand what you're going through. And that peace and calmness that a fish and fish room brings is so important in my life and obviously in your life. So I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I'm glad you understood what I was trying to get across.
So thank you to Multitank and LT for those super chats.
All right. Now, this is a funny one. Steve West said this. I must be doing something wrong. If I sat down in my fish room to enjoy my fish, she, who must be obeyed, would equate that to me having spare time and find something for me to decorate. So that's funny. I do want to say this because there was some comments because I was like, in my video, I'm like, Liz, can you help me do this? Liz, can I help you do that? Mm-hmm. Liz and I have a tremendous relationship. We have agreed upon how things work.
Right.
She and I came from both different relationships where we both felt a bit used in our relationships, but used in very different ways. What
Yes.
you went through in your relationship is very different, the opposite of what I went through. But in us coming together, we found out that it works for
Right.
us. Like, I provide, pay all the bills, I take care of all that stuff. I work many hours. Liz likes to stay at home most of the time, take care of the kids. She likes to be a stay-at-home mom.
Y'all, I was born to be a 50s housewife. Plain and simple. I was born to bring the cocktail to the door, have dinner ready, the kids put away. I was born for that.
But I don't, that's not a weakness on her part. That's something she likes to do. But let me tell you something. If Liz is wants to make something clear to me, she makes it clear. It's not like I'm beating her over the head or anything. This is the relationship that we've come together upon, we agreed upon, we love. She provides for me, I provide for her. She works 3 days out of the week, and that money goes to whatever she needs it to go to. Meanwhile, I take care of all the bills and everything, and that's what works for us.
Right.
So I've seen some comments where people were kind of picking on you because I was asking you to get this or that. That's how our relationship is. Just like I'll take you to Atlantic City for the best time of our lives.
Loved it.
And it's just something romantic I want to do to just show her this is how much I love you. So what's going on?
Oh, Funk was talking about how he gets hit.
All right, guys. I had so much more to do. I had at least a half an hour more to do.
Right.
But I don't want to...
Yeah, we should cut it so we don't run into Shishi's time.
Yeah, let me just see. This is the last one I'm going to read. This is from Robin Truitt, who I haven't seen in a while, so nice, Robin, for you to come through. I live in my fish room, not as beautiful as yours, but nonetheless, I enjoy it immensely. After a long day at work, or when life just isn't going well, I find peace watching my fish swim gracefully in the tank, listening to the sounds of water rather from the aeration, stones, filters, etc. In the darkness, having only the aquarium lights on, life is good, the aquatic room. Again, so there are some people out there that speak my language and understand what my video was about. Now, go ahead, babe.
So, Jay Jr., to get a hold of Scott directly about the CARES program, you can message him on our King and Queen site, and he'll get that on Facebook.
And there's also a CARES page on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the cares.org that you can go to as well. But please hit me up on Facebook, Scott J. McLaughlin. I'll be glad to help you. It's 9 o'clock and we got 90 on.
And we got to wrap her up.
I'm sorry, guys.
Right.
This maybe we'll make our live feeds longer on Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But guys, love you so much. Thank you for letting us be in your life for this past hour.
I was excited. It's time to go. Woo!
All right. Love you guys. See you. Oh, shit.
We're going to start it again. Stop.